Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you for joining me here. If you missed last episode, apparently, well, we didn't get obliterated. We did end up losing somebody. And the next question is why do I not have sound? There we go, sound. Hopefully you guys have sound. One reason why I never liked melee. Actually, we do need to get a grave site going. Where do I want to put a grave site? Got all this space and I don't know where I want it. Don't really want to put it on the outside of the settlement, so the settlers don't exactly keep going over there. I would put it around the religious structures, but I don't have an exact spot for that yet. This is still going to be housing. I guess I can put the religious structures down. Yes, I don't really want to put it down there because that's in combat. I'd have to move these. I guess we can always exhume the body. I don't want to do that. Or do I just send him off on a pyre? Yeah, he had good equipment too. Mail armor, mail helmet, and a good spear. And he still just got overwhelmed. Unfortunate. Do have critical condition here. Yeah, Alicia, she needs to be tended to immediately. We do need an infirmary. It's always, as soon as I unlock the infirmary beds. Oh, I didn't even unlock them this time. You know, it's just like the next attack that comes in, it's just like, no, dead. Like, well, shit. Alright, we'll do that. Get rid of that. Burn that. I really would like to put the cemetery around the religious structures. Oh yeah, these duders. So let's see. Strip, recruit, strip, recruit, strip, recruit. You're already stripped. And you don't have a bed? Whatever, that's your problem, not mine. Join us and you'll have a bed. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna get a random unmarked grave and then we'll deal with it some other time. We will put it right, we'll put it right there. Just kidding, we're not putting it right there. I think there's gravel right there. Put it right here. Okay, just kidding. Right here? Question mark? Hell. Yeah. We'll get him buried. Hopefully. Hold an event. Well, not really an event to be held. We were victorious, but we lost somebody. We don't have a bard. We can't really celebrate anything, can we? Food variety, nutrition per person, food quality, alcohol. Yeah, we don't have any alcohols. Well, we're not going to worry about an event then. We're just going to throw the grave there for right now. I do really want to move those. Problem is the animal pen is going to be going down here. This has to be dug out. We are going to need coal. Iron, coal. Yeah, because I would be happy with them being around here somewhere. Could do infirmary down here, because you fight, you get hurt. That goes there. I did want to do a market stall here. This clay being here is really screwing everything up. We have enough of it. Let us actually start building some roads. Oh, we got 20 research. Let's focus more on our defensive structures because we need to get to the portcullis door. So it looks like we're gonna need the final research bench as well, research 3. So let's start working on some roads. We're gonna go. See, I would like to just place down the limestone floor, but I think there's a movement penalty on it. Construction. What would that be under? Would it be under base? Yeah, limestone. Found in base. Natural limestone makes for a slightly uneven but very tough surface. Did they potentially remove the movement penalty on it? If we just hover over it, we see the traverse speed is 110%. Well, I guess since traversing speed doesn't really need to exist here, this is going to be this anyhow. So we'll get all of this put in, and then we can check the traverse speed. I'd rather not use limestone. Soil. Gotta fix our Swiss cheese here. Expand. Here we go. This will also stop the red currant bushes from going crazy, I hope. The cat has arrived. Boo. No. Help. Don't do that. Alright, can we expand our tiny little herb field here? We can. Alright, so if we're doing some fermenting stuff, we should regrow the red currant. And then I need to get these fields actually properly placed down. God, delete the thing, you son of a... Game's, pushing its luck there. Alright, traverse speed. What is it for here? See, 94%. I would hate to use that for, like, main roads, but it looks so natural. And then, yeah, travel speed, 110%. Like, I just like the look of this. Well, travel speed is 85% through the dirt. Do I go with the actual bricked roads, or do I go with the actual cobblestone look? I like the cobblestone look more. Alright, fruit juice has fermented into rough wine. I do need to check on that. I don't believe I have a stockpile for the wine. And it rots in 12 days due to temperature. So it's 44 degrees. I'm mad about it. It needs to be about 37. This will ferment in 31 days. However, it can't ferment if it's going to rot. So I need to effectively move this into the basement. Settlers are becoming annoyed. Oh, we're gonna have that garbage because a friend died. Oh, speaking of friend dying, settler. Can we get a priority on this, please? Or bid. I don't really want to strip him. He can be sent away in his armor. Actually, I kind of wish it would, kind of like in RimWorld, leave that red line that goes through across, because I don't remember what I've lost. I'm pretty sure he was our main animal handler, and they were. So that means you are now going to become our main animal handler. Crap, you're a botanist. Yep. Alright, so we definitely need an animal handler. We need a cook. Botany. I think we have enough on it. But in case there's nothing, go 5. Settlers are starving. Nobody should be starving. I know the prisoners are fixing to go hungry here because we're never going to have the lavish meals. Pick up the simple meals. Yeah, we need people cooking. Who else can do it? You're on a 2 after your tailoring. Ow. Getting resources. You better be cooking. Getting resources for construction. No, 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 no. Why are you constructing? What is your problem? Cook, you jackass. Now you're mining. I'm sorry, what? Why are we not digging? It's got to be done on a priority of somebody else. Oh, you need a culinary skill of 15. Oh. Oh. I see. Front row. Alright, so it turns out I'm dumb. We only have one cook who can do that. Too lavish, exhausted. I guess as long as they're not starving. Merchant, you're gonna be useless. We're not even gonna bother with you. Alright, did that poor guy get buried? He did. Perfect. Unmarked grave. He didn't, because you're dumb. That's why. Is he? He's exhausted, annoyed. Saw dead bodies. Oh, alright. I'm gonna need to get them burned. That would be under miscellaneous, because that's causing problems. Pyre. Build that. Burying someone is a hauling job. Problem is there's nobody to haul. So I am going to. No, you're not praying. Prioritize. Oh wait, did I? No burial spot or none designated for the corpse. Oh, burying remains. Okay, I wasn't sure if I clicked the right thing or not. All right. Yeah, this here is gonna be a problem. So many dead bodies. I guess I could just move them off to the side and constantly let the wildlife eat them. Alright. There we go. Osbert White. You served well for a while. Now I need to get on track. We got a bunch of research again. Yeah, we're just gonna go down. We're gonna go down the defensive structure line. We need to do better than these little reinforced doors that are just, they're not holding. I wonder if I could support this. I'm already 2 tiles down. There is some clay. I wonder if I built here, I can theoretically dig under this, can't I? I believe. I would just have to support it. But I don't have the soil to dig this in. right? We are gonna have to make a stockpile for dirt. I just don't know if I have it. Yeah, you can put it on the bottommost here. It's not a waste. It is material, raw material, dirt. I just don't know if I have any. I really don't think I do. And if that is the case, I should have... Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch. Question is can they get that though? It's not technically underwater. Yeah, we did replug that off. That's good. Rebelling, eh? We got a couple that are rebelling. Friend died. Saw a friend's corpse. Yep, alright. We've gotten that out of there. That ends in 3 hours. That'll end. Friend dying, 2 days. Okay. Why is nobody building this pyre? You're hungry. We'll build this, jackass. Oh, it's because you guys are all focusing on the, pathing up here. That's why. Go ahead and sow this and sow that. That'll be fine. Don't believe we have any of these bushes. Also fine. That's whatever. Alright, we got the pyre built. Due forever. No settler. That stuff is fine. Problem is that's a hauling job. And I don't believe the Doges can do it. Oh, we let wolves into our base, didn't we? Yes, we did. Unfortunate. So, I'm gonna need you to attack that wolf. I'm gonna need you to attack that wolf. I'm gonna need you to attack that wolf. And then you are broken. I guess you're just gonna stand there like a jackass, even though I very clearly said to attack. Attack that one. Yep. So you guys are just gonna stand there like a bunch of assholes. Rather than coming out here to do as I say. Attack that one. Attack that one. Attack that one. I'm gonna have to keep doing this pausing crap. Alright. Hang on. Attack that one. Is that what you're doing? Yeah. Funny how the wolves won't fight back. Oh, undraft. 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 That'll be fine. Go into here. Grab all the carcasses. Urgent haul those. Free meat, free pelt. That's our doge. We didn't kill a doge, did we? If we did, whatever. That's just how this is going. We do need to get rid of this stockpile, actually. Can't have that in front of our Great Hall. Let's see, delete that. And can I, in theory, fill this in? I should be able to dig under this. And then we can build on top. We'll just have to be mindful how we dig a bit. But we got another attack coming in for someone who really isn't that good, especially with a culinary of 0. They do like melee. They really have a passion for shooting. In fact, they absolutely hate cooking. I'm not so sure I want to take this person in, honestly. We already have a bunch of negative moodlets. We still haven't fully recovered from the last one. Because what is this person really going to do for us? Really nothing. I mean, I guess I do need an animal handler, don't I? We are very short on those. We need those prisoners to be recruited. And I guess if anything, it's literally just another body. So I guess I will take them and hope that we can... Well, actually, you know what? A search party arrives. We can do the disgusting thing of diplomacy. That would help, right? Alright, you go back to our primary animal handler. I guess, yeah, you will be our primary. And because everybody else is busy doing stuff. You don't really need to be smithing, though, because we have a primary smith, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, both animal handle, mining, sure. No botany. You hate cooking. You're terrible at it anyway. Don't need a smith. Carpenter. Yeah, I do need someone with a passion of carpentry. You're busy with other things, especially the smithing, cooking. Yeah, you can't ever go back and do it. I guess we don't really have another person doing carpentry. Tailoring, literally the only person doing tailoring, but you're terrible at it. Yeah, alchemy. I guess I'm okay with you researching. We're gonna need another one anyhow. I guess we can leave that there. Don't bother training and hauling. Sure. Now we need to get you aggressive. You back to aggressive. I hate that when they break, they don't go back to what they were. I think I'll put you one-hander. Didn't seem to do anybody any good. And some drinks. There we go. We are going to have to check on our housing situation again. But yeah, we're getting all this filled in, and we should be able to fit under that to now dig underground. There might be a patch or two here. It did tell me that it couldn't place anything, but as I started filling this in, I think it might be supported. I think we just might have to do disgusting diplomacy on this. Alright, so we're gonna get that built in. I might try and incorporate this clay mine into one of the buildings and be mad about it. Or I could build just before it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start getting these buildings up and running. There's no more... A Doge was successfully trained. That'll be perfect, because you can go straight into hauling. And then... Ew, cat. Go away. Release. You're disgusting. Chicken. Doge, sheep. Yeah. Alright. Get onwards to hauling. Let's go into our research, though. I don't believe there's any more production benches that would go into the blacksmithing area. Perhaps it's time we get into steel. Alright, shields, armor. Yeah, because that would all be off at the same bench. Alright, so that should work. And I believe this should be fine. What size building is this? This is a 12 by 12? Uh-oh, I gotta sneeze. How do I want this actually? God damn it, go away. So if I do maybe like jail, infirmary, I do want the infirmary close by. I usually do it inside the Great Hall on the upper level. Because that's just a spare room. And this is effectively the rec room down here. So you can game in here while still being within the Great Hall. The jail... I guess I could move the jail up here. That doesn't really matter too much. Let's get this cleaned up. Because what would go here otherwise? Nothing really. Or do I do a 2-for-1, actually? I could build a 2-story building. Bottom layer could be the infirmary. Top layer could be the jail. That's something I've never done before. I've never kept them separate. And I don't think there's a rule against that, because it would effectively be 2 different buildings. I do like that. This would also be a road. And we know this is a road. We need to kind of get our road system mapped out here. So we know this is a road. No question about that. Although I didn't build it to intersect with this. I guess it doesn't have to, right? So we're not going to focus too much on that. I'll at least get this here. And then the doors are here. So this will be double. Of course, the stupid shrines are in the way. Relocate. Go there, because you're in the way. And then copy this. That'll get dragged up, because that's a road. This would be the portcullis. So this is a road. And then the portcullis down here. Of course, I put the pyre right in the way like a jackass. Because why wouldn't I? So let's see. Harvest these. This is the blackthorn, and then we can plant that right away. Not really caring about the other berry bush. I think it's yellow. If it's somewhere here, we'll do it. It's grass. Let's see. Negotiator. What will it take to make him go away? Alright, so let's see. They're recruiting. They are our best speechcraft, I think, potentially still. Feeding prisoners. They're going to be busy quite a while here. Come on, switch, please. Preparing food. Probably shouldn't have taken them off of that. What's your cooking? Culinary 22, which means you would have been going to make a lavish meal, and I just sent you out here like a jackass to do that. We desperately need a cook. If someone has a skill of cooking, we're going all in on it. Alright, that took them a while to get out here. Let's make them an offer. Alright, so our doges aren't trained. Let's get rid of the doges that aren't trained. Yeah, we already got beeswax. Look at that. Get rid of the flimsy British. You're trained. You are not trained. Take a doge. I don't think you're trained. Take a doge. And I like that increases his carrying capacity too. Take a flimsy crown. We don't need that. Take this doge. Earl. Alright, so you are trained. We're getting the booze up. How many flax seeds do we have? 518. You can take 400. Make the boar. Yeah, 740. That's not terrible. Just need to figure out what we can do for you here. I don't want the tower shield. Flimsy. Alright, so it looks like we got some work to do, even with all of the doges we were going to give you. I could give him coin, but I don't want to do that. I believe it's early in the season. Can we give him some beeswax, I guess? Sure. I guess take the British, just don't come back and kill me with it. Good buckler, we'll leave that because we'll probably need it. I guess we can dump off some cabbage seeds. I guess you can take the cap because we'll just remake. We're going to be doing linen anyway. I guess I just might have a choice, but to give him some of the deer leather. Longbow, that's worth something. The mace is worth something. Spear, we can remake. Sturdy bow. I have 15 steel ingots. Probably got them from deconstructing, but take them. And then some deer leather. Alright, that concludes this transaction. Not entirely mad at it. There you go. Shoo. Alright, that'll save us. My confidence is pretty broken now from that attack. It was not really what I had in mind. Alright, and I really need to figure out this rallying thing. I remember I literally seen it first. Like, my very first season, I think. It was like right there in my face. And now I can't for the life of me remember where the hell I've seen it. Like, there's nothing in manage that I'm aware of. Nothing in schedule. Paste. Yeah. Alright, let's check the almanac. Might not be in here though, which would potentially be fair. Rally point. It is in here. It's a steak. That's it. Okay. I remember the steak. Alright, let me put a pause in here so I can find the bloody thing. And then leisure shouldn't be in furniture, right? Do I gotta learn it? Question mark? Oh, a sign. Nope. Pen marker? Nope. Prison cell marker? No. Strategic structures. Unlock the research. Oh, research. Oh, is that why? Is it because I'm just that dumb? Defensive. Oh, it's down meow. Oh, okay. Alright, at least I understand now. I'm just being dumb. No surprise there. Alright, relocate the pyre there. Get that out of the way. So I now know where the road is going to be. Alright, potentially drag the road over this way. Alright, let's do some more mapping of the road so we can kind of figure out where we're going to place our buildings here. Settlers are starving. Son of a blank and blank. There's 2 lavish meals. Please go get one. Yeah, I desperately need a cook. Yeah, compote and gruel. That's literally all they're making. I wish I knew what was doing it so I could just change the ingredients. Maybe don't use barley. But then the problem is if they're not going to use barley, I'm not going to get what I need. Or let's remove barley from here. Let's remove all of the berries because we're going to be using that for fermenting anyway. Although I don't think I'm going to be fermenting that much. Remove barley. We'll do science. We'll add a simple meal. We'll get rid of that one. Do until I have 5. Clear all. Only use barley. Let's see what they make with that. Because we got 3 gruel. Apparently no compote either. That's gonna be enough for the prisoners. Alright, so we need to get these buildings out of here. Let's see, our warehouse is here. Let's do another little map. And do a double road. Get this dragged up. Something like this, maybe temporarily. Tire's not being relocated. That's fine. That's whatever. We're gonna be focusing on the road anyway. Boop boop boo. They're gonna be shoveling all of that in. Did they actually collect the dirt by chance over here? I wouldn't know. 62 dirt. Maybe. So, I guess what I'll do then is something like this. First and foremost, we'll get rid of that ramp, even though I'm sure you jackasses will find another one to run up here to dig. Like that one. I'm gonna try and discourage them from finding a ramp to run all the way up here to, like, dig there. They're good at doing that. Oh, I guess if I... yeah, I'll leave that. Whatever. I know if I just put in a big old dig, they're going to, dig it in properly. They're going to want to find a space to run all the way up here to dig there, rather than digging from here. Oh, here's some of these gooseberry bushes. Let's, get our harvest in on these, so then we can, plant those as well. Someone else is starving. Boo. Waiting for resources. Preparing food. Alright, compote pile. You have the culinary of 22. Please stop doing that and prioritize... well, no. They could eat it. So what are you crafting? We got 4 compote and 4 gruel. Mate, what are you preparing? You're exhausted. Alright, so 4 and 4. What are we getting here out of that? Alright, so he made a stew. But that would have just been out of the simple meal. Because he's not going to do that, because that production is idle. And we're at 13 of 15. Or 13 of 5, excuse me. But where is he seeing that 13? I only see 2 compote and 23 animal feed. Alright, so you just made another simple meal, and I believe was a stew. Let's quickly check our resources. Nothing here. What are you going to make? Probably nothing. You're running off to... Nope, preparing food. What are you making? Simple meal. I believe you made another stew. I wonder if it's not the barley that's doing the compote and the gruel. Which is going to cause a problem because then nothing... Yeah, let's get a secondary stash going there. Because if that'll be the case, then that'll work out perfectly. Because then I'll have understood it. Fields. We didn't get any gooseberries. Yeah, still wasn't done. I feel like I shouldn't strip mine this because they're going to run around. And it's going to annoy me. Oh well. Alright, I definitely didn't forget to unpause it like an idiot. But what we got going on here is my brain's still not working. Well, we still don't have the gooseberries. Like, they may have consumed it right away. I'm harvesting it, but I don't see the field for it. Thought it would have been... Would it be under here? Carrot, flax, beets, no. Yeah, it would have been under here. That's whatever. But we're getting our blacksmithing shop moved. We're getting our tailoring shop moved. I'm gonna wait to deconstruct. I probably should make the tailor's shop a bit larger, considering when they switch clothing every time. They can at least put it there on the rack rather than a random stockpile. Or I would have to make an upper level just for that only. Yeah, I could do that. Well, no, I'd want it down front because that would be the whole point of it, right? It's creating like that shopping space, so to speak. Come on. It's highlighted yellow. Just cancel the fucking building. Good lord. Alright. Redo that. Alright, so... Do I do a 12 by 12? That'd be a 10 by 10. Tailor shop really doesn't need to be that large, but it's going to be. Because the amount of clothing that we gotta switch. Yeah. I think we'll have to do that. Now with it being a 12 by 12, this isn't going to be even. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I guess I could double door the tailoring building. Why not? We'll double door it. It isn't going to be a single door, I suppose, right? Boop, boop. And, good to see that the doors are facing opposite directions, because you auto change everything else, but I noticed with the doors, you want no part in it. Still gotta manually do that. Yeah, that don't look right. There we go. And yes, I'm aware the auto shape change thing was off. However, it should have been on. Alright, we need those armor dummy things. Is that research? Probably, right? That's combat training, entertainment, religious, decorative. I don't remember if I've gotten it already. Furniture. Yeah, we've already gotten it. Armor rack. Alright, so furniture. There we are. Armor rack. So this will kind of be for the clothing that I'm doing wrong. Place down one, and then you can copy the settings from there, stupid. Doing it again. Alright, so let's grab... relocate back there. And relocate this one there. And we'll place these down. We'll get a cutoff there. We will also get some shelvings for some textiles. Might be able to fit in another bench there. Let's do something like that. And then we will also do... I guess I would just have to span it across, wouldn't I? A dumping spot... yeah, stockpile clear very high. And then only be for the thing that I can't find. Apparel. Clothing and hats. Any quality. No, not any quality. Do anything 50% or lower. Right? Then when they want to get rid of it, they dump it there, and then they can immediately just grab it off the floor and dismantle it. And then we'll do the armor racks here, which should hopefully be for apparel, I hope. There's not one specifically for apparel. Yeah, we can do the clothing on this one, and then in the blacksmith shop, we'll also obviously do clothing there. I just need that to get built. And then this goes and happens. Boo. Alright, this one can be for winter clothing. Get rid of that. Linen only. Do until you have one. And then if you're not doing anything, dismantle everything that is of 50% quality. And then we got to put in another dismantle. Do forever. Edit. Dismantle anything that's not at least good quality. This one is for summer. Do until you have one. Clear all. Linen. And then can I copy these over? Copy production entry. Paste. Sweet. Copy production entry. Paste. Sweet. And then also do a winter hat. Well, I guess I'm gonna need that screen open. Linen. Move up. Do until you have one. And then summer hats. I don't really know the point of a white hat. Should I switch them over? No, because I don't want them taking off their armor, I guess. Because then it'll just be tedious having to constant switch. Yeah, and then we do know that this is going to be the limestone brick floor. Please don't tell me I screwed up in this building over here. Did I put the right flooring in? Block floor. Okay, good. Because then we can dismantle this building here. Dismantle. And then, let's see. I could move this over, I guess. Woodworking. I don't need a very large woodworking building. That actually works out nicely, actually. I think I'll stuff that in right here. Yeah, that'll work. Except I need it right up on the road. I guess a 10 by 10 is fine. Keeps it away from that. And that really shouldn't be there. I should move that. But to where is the question? Okay, so it looks like they've moved the blacksmithing building. We can get rid of that. And then get this back up and running. So we will want to prioritize... Actually, we have mail armor. Let's get into... Just kidding. Research. We need research 3. Go into our library here. Production. Advanced research table. God, I hate that you can see underground. Sure. That'll work. I guess I still never built the actual library, have I? You know what? We're not going to worry about the brewing station because I'm pretty sure that's a cooking job and we just simply cannot. We just simply cannot afford to be dealing with that. And I am going to expand the food room, so to speak. I'm going to kind of just do like food in the wine cellar. And then I'm cutting this away down here to make a larger vegetable area. I really hope we're planting all of our vegetables. Because other than meat, we're just about out. 207 cabbage, 150 beets, and that's it. Alright, so it looks like they are now doing roasted meat and stews. Lavish meals. You know what? Our prisoners are going to be starving to death, aren't they? Because now... Oh, you know what? This is always going to remain permanent idle because it's under a simple meal. To only use barley. And even if I got this off of this stove, right? It's still going to see the amount of food that I have. Is there a way for me to force somebody... Yeah, it's because the compote and the gruel are effectively a simple meal made from barley. They're not going to produce it. Production is idle of 20. And this shelf is empty. There's nothing here in the prisoner stash. Storage amount 2, meal. Yeah. Yeah. 8 and 8, 16. I wonder if it's seeing the 4 mushrooms to being the 20. I don't believe there's a way for me to force them to make this, and this is what I hate. So dumb. I obviously want my food down here. It's cold. This is where it belongs. So it would be very high priority, which means the second a shelf space clears up, even if I have this over here, they might just go down and take it. Oh boy. Alright, I guess eat a stew. That's all you're gonna get. Well, hang on. I've never actually smoked meat before in this game. I wonder if I smoke fish and use that as a prisoner food. That would potentially eliminate the back and forth. Because now Wallace would have to run all the way over here to grab some food and run all the way over here to feed the prisoners. And then we just leave barley out of the simple meals. and then that should take away the gruel and the compote. I'm willing to bet if I place down a campfire, it's still going to see the amount of food that I have, and it's not going to be separate. Alright, how are our skips doing? Outside 100%. Production is 69.3. 63 plants nearby. Okay. 36 plants nearby. These aren't doing so well, but I still have my targeted amount of honey. Can I get the gooseberries yet? No. No, I lost my train of thought. I shouldn't have looked at the text. It was my work. Okay, yeah, I was putzing around with the food there. All right, so we need to get this built. We need to put in a door. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Door. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 'cause that would only be 3 then, right? Yeah. We'll just make this a door. I guess everything doesn't have to be in unison, right? Get clay roof. Boop. And then floor. That's not what I wanted. Alright, deconstruct that. Let's get this stuff moved. Relocate. Warrior stable. Woodworking table. We'll wait to relocate the armor racks. And then we want to put in shelving. Wait, do we? No. No shelving here. Speaking of shelving, I do need to be careful for them to build this, because I want it to be textiles only. I need to make sure that these are pushed to where they need to be. Yes. I didn't put a roof on this building because I'm dumb. There we go. That'll be roofed. Roofed. You guys are needing dirt still. God, you guys are almost through that? Wow. Okay. I guess do another row. I still haven't even finished that. Alright, so that should eliminate any attacks coming from the rear of my base. Pyre. Need to switch back to burn forever. Don't use coal, dung brick, sticks, wood, bones. Don't burn settlers. Alright, so we get these buildings out of the way. I do need to remove these though, don't I? So that I can build the infirmary slash jail. But I do need to get this built. Then we'll do a dismantling stockpile here for wooden stuff. And then we can put the weapon racks up front. Yeah, we really don't need that much space. So if I do a relocate, it was the third tile back. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with that, right? 1, 2, 3. Then the wall would have been there. How big was this building? 9 by 10. I believe kind of about what I built the same. Go away, autosave. Yeah. Alright, so that'll work. So it was what? 1, 2, 3 was the fourth one in. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, this has to move down. Cancel. Yeah. Oh, yeah, place third one. Okay. 1, 2, 3 wall. And then I'll do put a gate there, that's fine. Oh, that's why. 3 and 3. So this is a bit bigger. 1, 2, 3. That would have been a gate. Yeah, these would have both had to have been a gate. I would have had to do a double gate. Alright, so do that. And then give to me wooden gate. Do that. Kind of do like a ghetto employees only kind of thing. Right. Let's see. Now if I relocate this weapon rack, hopefully I'm not going to have to redo this. Probably. What was this one? Shields? Oh, blacksmithing stuff. Yep, that'll go there for now. Alright, perfect. And then we'll get some signs on these buildings as well. A sign. There we go. This will be tailor shop. Can I interact with this? Ooh, I can. What do we do for tailoring? Oh no, this is the woodworking, stupid, so the archery symbol will be perfect. And then we need a blacksmithing sign. Brain. Wall sign. There we go. Blacksmithing shop will be, I guess, the horseshoe. And then the tailor's shop. Wall sign. Do I do a double wall sign here? Maybe. All fancy like. Tailoring. Tailoring is the one though we have a problem. Because there's nothing... Oh no, hang on. I want to change the blacksmith sign. The hammer. There's nothing for like cloth. Unless we use this. To me, it looks like wheat. Unless we pretend it looks like some form of like cotton fabric. I don't know what the question mark is for though. It's dumb that you got two animal ones. You got a bear print and potential wolf paw. You got a footprint. I don't know why. What for? We can do that for the kitchen. Key. I don't really know what that's for. I guess we can do a handprint. Clothing? Question mark? I don't really like that though. I don't know, handcrafted material, question mark? I guess in this day and age it would all be handcrafted, right? And then we need a sign here for our kitchen. That one can be, I guess that would make sense for that to be that, but the meat cleaver. We'll go meat cleaver. That's what we'll do. Could do the skull. But then again, I'm not cooking. If I was cooking, then absolutely it would be the skull. No questions about it. You ain't getting out of that kitchen. Yeah. See, simple meals. This just isn't gonna work because it's reading off of that. All right. So that's dumb. We're full up on lavish meals. That has been taken away. We'll deconstruct. We'll get some windows placed in here too and whatnot. Worry not. We will get that taken care of. Do we have the gooseberries yet? We do have the gooseberry field now. So we can do that. If you end up getting a gooseberry, go ahead and plant it. If not, whatever. Wish you can plant mushrooms. That'd be nice. This is just plain old limestone, ain't it? Yeah. And we got still quite the infinity pile of limestone. How goes bricks? Clay. We're at 1,000. That's fine. Merchant. It's a slaver merchant. It is a slaver merchant. The problem is we don't have room. Let's just check to make sure there's nothing screwy going on here in our prison, aside from, I guess, all being starving to death. Still being recruited. Still being recruited. Recruit. 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 Alright. Perfect. Oh, let's get some lighting in the library, shall we? The thing that's not officially a library. Is that in furniture? Wall torch. Let's see. Get a torch there and there maybe? And then we do need to get braziers in here. Keep the place warm. I'm doing it wrong again. Because dumb. Do a copy paste, stupid. Copy. Derp. There we go. That's better. And then we need to grab these ones. Copy those ones. And then I guess we can place one in that corner there. And that corner there. Sure. But this still isn't registered as a library. So, because we need that lecture thing, don't we? Yeah. But let's make sure we have a kitchen. Spare room. I've been lied to. Kitchen. Stove, 2 wall powder. Ah, the butcher table. So dumb. Alright, blue. We don't need the brewing, so it should go away. Alright, butcher table. I guess will be for decoration. Go right there and then do nothing. Not worried about the library. That's coming off pretty good right now. Workshop. We do need the workshop. We got that. We're gonna need a couple of workshop. So 2 wall tool shelves. Let's get those placed in here. Before we done forget. Ooh, Jesus. This episode is 1 hour and 10 minutes long. That is... yeah, no. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna throw a cut in here. I'm getting so distracted actually just rummaging along here. I want to thank everybody for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. I really hope you guys are enjoying my struggles and enjoying the series. If you guys have any questions about the game, feel free to ask down in the comments down below. I'll do my best to answer them. If you're curious how the mechanic works, also let me know. I'll still try and showcase that off if I'm able to. As always, I'm on the hunt for feedback on the channel, good or bad. Please just let me know. Help me tailor the channel. Let me know what you guys want to see, don't want to see. Till then, take care everybody. Bye.